Welcome back, you beautiful people. We're Gemma and Campbell, and we're currently touring around the north-east of Scotland in our own little motorhome, Ellie the Elldis.
Now, as you know, we love to travel on a budget, and usually our preference would be to wild camp in our lovely little motorhome. However, due to unforeseen circumstances this week, we had to check into a campsite, and it got us asking the question, are we still wild campers, or is campsites king?
Yes, and this is what we found out. Oh no! That's what happens when you play with water. You get soggy feet. Oh no, my feet are all wet. Oh no! I know! Disaster!
Good morning guys, and welcome back to another video. This morning you are joining us from sunny Stonehaven, where we left off in the last video, and we are about to do something really exciting today.
That's right, we're up in the northeast of Scotland, and what has brought us up here is we're about to do a road trip that we've never actually done before, and it kind of sits under the radar compared to its bigger cousin of the North Coast 500, and that is the Northeast 250. Now this road trip traces around the kind of peninsula of Aberdeen, 250 miles long, and it is full of castles, hills, seafront views, and plenty of other stunning sights that I'm guessing we haven't even discovered yet, and we are so excited to hit the road and do that today.
But first things first, the joys of having your home on the road. It's first thing in the morning and we're a little bit peckish, so we're gonna go and have some toast. Settling into the new motorhome way of life, we are still adjusting to the idea of slowing down and appreciating where we are in that moment in time. Usually rushing from one project to the next, the idea of being present in the moment is a foreign concept to us. Nevertheless, it's a seed that we have planted and will continue to nurture with this new lifestyle. Spending the day appreciating the sunshine, we moved on as the midday sun passed overhead and found a peaceful spot to camp up for the night on the outskirts of Stonehaven.
Well, basically after we finished off that little bit there, we kind of had a bit of a mixed day. A mixture of chilling out and being very stressed at the same time. Gemma's currently having a little nap because she just feels terrible. The hay fever these days is just like ridiculous. I don't know if any of you guys have been experiencing over the past couple of weeks, but it has been awful. I never get hay fever and even I'm suffering from it. We have actually found a little camping spot for the night just outside of Stonehaven. Less luxurious than some of the other places that we would expect, you know, to camp up whenever we come van lifing. Just literally off the A90. So you can't always have a seaside camp spot, that's just a given. We've parked up here literally because the harbour side we parked up last night was just so busy because everyone's flocking to the seaside and we just couldn't find another space there. And we didn't really want to camp around a load of other people, so we've got this entire spot to ourselves and it's so peaceful. There's one main thing that we've been stressing about all day, however, but before I go into that, I'll show you what I am cooking up for dinner tonight. We have got a little Thai green curry, and the best thing about cooking these kind of curries is that it means that we can just finish all the veg that's actually in the fridge. So I've got carrots, spring onions, a bit of broccoli, asparagus, peppers, courgettes, red onions, garlic, the entire lot. Chuck some cashew nuts into there as well, and it should be a really good Thai green curry. Now what we've been struggling to figure out is that we can't actually figure out if the van has a connection between the alternator and the leisure batteries. Now I'm told that motorhomes should be able to charge up as you're driving along. However, looking at the voltages on our leisure batteries, they just keep going down and down and down, so we're really struggling for that, because that means if we cannot charge those leisure batteries up, we need to go to a campsite to charge them up, and of course that means paying money that we just can't afford to pay at the moment. So I've been stressing about that, basically trying to figure out if it even has a thing. If it does, is it broken? If it doesn't, what are we going to do? But I've done all I can for just now. There's some documents under the bed I'm going to get stuck into reading later on, but first I need to get Gemma's dinner ready, so I'm going to go and get stuck back into that again. And just like that, the first gas bottle is finished. I need to try and figure out how to actually change the gas bottles over, which is never something that I've done before in a van. Never mind when I'm absolutely starving and I just need to cook dinner. Oh. Okay. Is it working? Is it working? And look who's surfaced. Just in time to help in the kitchen. How you feeling?
I didn't even get to sleep.
Oh, it's awful. Guys, if you've got any
tips,
cures for hay fever, drop them in the comments below, because bless
like
this little cotton sock. She's suffering so bad.
I feel like I've literally tried everything.
Basically, half of our van weight at the moment is just made up of different meds. So like she was perusing the medicine aisle today. I thought she was going to buy half the entire shop.
I've took cetirizine, I've taken loratadine, I've got a nasal spray, I've tried a Vicks nasal defense, I've tried a sterile saline spray. Got my head under the sea and I was like, right, this is going to cure me.
You know what you need? You need a big Thai curry. They're cooked. So you're cowering away in your little den over there. What are you up to?
I'm trying to book a campsite because just with our battery situation we need to really get a fully charged battery. Charge up our devices. It'll be good for us to like, you know, fill up our water and empty our waste and things as well. So I'm looking up campsites in the Aberdeen area. There's not really as many as I thought there would be, to be honest. But I found one which actually looks really nice called D-Side Holiday Park. You can only book minimum 2 nights.
Oof, how much is that?
Bit of a pain, but well, if you want a fully serviced pitch with electric hookup, it's £58. If you just want a hard standing touring pitch with electric hookup, it's £54.
So we'll book £54 one tomorrow night, and I guess we just get to experience a little bit of luxury for a couple of nights. That'll be quite nice. So it's ready, guys, and it is looking delicious. And what are we thinking? Stuck into this.
Stuck into this.
A little bit of Lussel Blanc on the iPad.
Bed.
And bed. That sounds good. We will see you guys in the morning.
Pre-booked arrivals, please refer to your email for instructions. Okay, so reading the email, it's just number plate recognition, so hopefully it'll just recognise our number plate and we can just go in.
If we're not too early. Moment of truth. Oh, that's fancy.
I have to say the main reason I am so buzzing to be here is because I'm going to go in a shower, steam in my head and hopefully get rid of all this pollen that's like living in my nostrils at the moment. Okay, so first things first though, before we find a pitch, time to empty the toilet and top up the drinking water for all the fun jobs of having a house on wheels. You doing the toilet? You're a star. She does the smellier poos anyway, so she can do the toilet. Goodness, that was amazing. I think that was actually worth the £54, to be honest with you. I'm going to be having at least 3 more of them over the next day and a half. The good showers.
Oh, just you wait. That was so good. I think it's because I've been used to for the past few days just wetting myself and then getting the soap on and then rinsing it all off and just being able to stand there just like, turn the heat up a little bit more.
Oh, I'm excited.
Burn my skin.
I just looked at the weather.
Yeah.
And it says at 5 o'clock it's gonna rain. And I never thought I'd be excited.
Guess
for
what
rain.
nationality we are? It goes 7 days without rain and we're praying for it. We could only be Scottish, honestly.
But
go and have one of those showers. You'll feel amazing. Oh, and there she is.
That's how you know I'm coming. Sneeze.
How was that?
Good.
Feeling
better? So
better?
you made it sound like a proper 5-star experience. I can't say, well, 5-star compared to the van, I guess. But
yeah, for sure.
my shower was like 3 seconds.
What?
And it was turning off.
Oh no.
And I couldn't get it at the right temperature. And there was no music, like you said. So, the sun is shining, it's dry. There's really not an excuse to get out for a run, is there?
No. We really need to get into a better routine of exercise when we can, so let's go for a run. An absolutely cracking day for it.
I know.
Yeah, I've already done 5 kilometres, feeling fresh. No, that was 0.5 kilometres. I read my watch wrong, never mind. So we're at the starting point now.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called High Knockburn.
High Knockburn.
And it's a 4.3 kilometre loop.
Right, let's go. See the things we do for content. I feel like this is like the best running motivation you can ask for. Is how many flies there are. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I feel like I'm back in Australia. And if I stop moving, they descend. Oh my god, that is absolutely horrific. Look at that. That is something out of horror movies. My shoelace is covered. This is a disaster. I just need to run like this, so I don't need to stop.
So that was quite nice, minus all the flies. We're going to round it off with a little weight session. We've got some kettlebells and mats.
You get to witness the christening of these. I'd like to say we use them 3 times a day, but we definitely don't.
We haven't yet. That our fridge is running at full capacity now that we're actually hooked up to electrics and not on gas, which means our freezer is cooking the ice very nicely. So we've decided to take this opportunity and use the little ice lily moulds that I got, and hopefully it will make them quite quick.
Yeah, that should be good. So just a bit of water in that,
Bit of juice,
bit of the orange juice, and you've got your own ice lilies. Or we could melt chocolate and make our own magnums. Maybe another day, but that is something we could actually try and do one day. Anyway, ice lollies to start off with though. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling better?
Much better, much. I actually think it's this air purifier. I've got my lovely little air purifier, and honestly I think it's the only thing that seems to help me, even at home. So yeah, I'm glad we came to a campsite purely for the fact that I could turn this on, because not 100%, but I'd say I'm at about 98, which I can deal with.
Yeah. I think once we sort out the batteries and the power and all that, the air purifier only pulls about 50 watts maximum, so we should be able to actually just run that off the inverter that we've got already. We just need to actually figure out how we're going to be charging up the battery long term. We did discover yesterday that we don't actually think it's got a split charge relay, which means we need to either look at installing one ourselves, getting a battery to battery, solar power, or just getting a good old generator. We're thinking possibly a mixture of all 3, given that we're going to be coming into winter pretty soon in Scotland, and that means about 6 hours of daylight. So solar's not the best option. We don't want to be driving all the time, so we don't want battery to battery. So therefore it just leaves a generator for the backups. But it's something we're going to be exploring in the next couple of weeks and trying to think about what is the best solution for us. If you have got any of those solutions for yourself, leave us in the comments down below what your best recommendations are and the reasons for why you like using them. We'd much appreciate it.
Guys, something exciting has just happened. We've just hit a milestone of 10,000 followers on Instagram.
I cannot believe it's just happened. Like, it's been 3 years now we've been running that account. We've actually finally joined the K Club on Instagram.
I know.
And we're just pretty overwhelmed, to be honest. Like, we cannot believe it. If you're following us over there already, you're an absolute legend, and we are just so grateful to have such an incredible community over on Instagram. And also just on YouTube there, we also had just hit 2,000 subscribers as well, and
amazing.
Like, we're quite just blown away by, you know, I'm speechless really, because I never thought this day would come. And every comment that you leave, every message that we get is
it's so nice, and it's so nice to communicate with like-minded people who like to travel, and yeah,
I know,
I don't know what to say.
We're quite speechless. So nice. It basically, every kind comment that we get just makes all the boring stuff that happens behind the scenes. We don't really show on this because we find it boring, so I can only imagine how boring you guys would find it. All the editing, all the planning, it all just makes it worthwhile, and we're just so grateful, and we can thank you guys so much, but honestly it just means the world to us. If you aren't following us on Instagram already, we post daily stuff like this. Eyes on the ground when you're walking around here. That was almost straight underneath your foot.
On my toes.
And other such nonsense on the regular, and we would greatly appreciate it if you followed our adventure over on there. If you want to keep up to date with us on a day-to-day basis, that's how you can do it. But for now, our time in luxury has come to an end, and we need to check out the campsite in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we're really pushing it to the limit this time, so we need to get on the go. We've got a couple of daily chores to do, which is the less exotic side of van life.
It has to be done, doesn't it?
I know, it has to be done. There's been something that's been missing for the past couple of days. I don't know if it's the lack of kind of wildness about this site, but it's just missing a bit of a spark or something. So I'm excited to see our camp up for tonight, and I'm excited to see if that cures it. Right, we do a rock, paper, scissors for the toilet. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh no! day's work.
I had lost my groove.
Hashtag Vanlife, living the dream. And off we go. First stop, we need to go and get some food, don't we?
Yeah, first stop, Ellie.
Yeah, maybe a cheeky Lidl. Just those chocolate brownies at a Lidl are like deadly. Fatten up for winter. That's what I need to do.
Absolutely.
And we've arrived for our park up for the night. Not a bad spot, right beside the sea, just on the outskirts of Aberdeen. And we're not the only motorhomers here, which is always a good sign, I think. So we're just kind of along that esplanade, and yeah, it's going to be
nice.
it is actually a lot better than I thought. We're driving through the centre of Aberdeen using the Park for Night app, so they said that the parking spot was coming up and it was like 5 minutes away, and I'm just like, how can we be 5 minutes away from like a peaceful seaside bit? Like, we're literally in the middle of the town, but we made it here.
Yeah.
And there's loads of little bars and cafes and stuff, and so we're going to get set up and maybe just go a wee wander along the seafront and just enjoy being back by the sea again.
Thing about going running along the sea. I don't want to jinx this, but hopefully it won't be any flies.
And there she is. Nearly there, babe. Keep it going. Good job. And definitely the best bit about being an absolute nutter and going for a swim on a day like today is we get the whole beach to ourselves. Look at that! I'm just going to wear my t-shirt in as well, as it saves on washing. Give it a wee wash in the sea, ready again for tomorrow. Is that toasty warm or what? Caribbean. Feel like I'm back in Fiji. We've made it, guys. Made it from the Highlands back to the hammocks. Oh my lord. And so guys, that's basically what our opinions are of campsites versus wild camping. And have we changed our mind, or are we still for wild camping?
I'm still for wild camping. I just love being free in the wilderness. Most of the time there's nobody else around you. I love it.
I'm very much the same. I think there are perks of it, obviously. Being able to charge up freely, not having to worry about the battery, the water in the toilet, and actually just having some warm showers. So maybe every now and again we'll treat ourselves once a month or something like that to a nice luxurious stay at a campsite, but for the majority of the time we are sold on just wild camping it, slumming it, showering every couple of days, and just washing in the sea instead. And that is definitely the lifestyle for us, I think.
So if you enjoyed this video, guys, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. What's your favourite? Wild camping or staying at a campsite? Or are you not into this whole van life thing at all? What do you think? Let us know.
And we're going to take a quick dip now to wash off the sweat, but we'll see you guys in the next one.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Right, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh! And that is definitely a van life tip for us, is if you are going to go in the cold sea and go for a swim, make sure you turn the heating on before you go and do it, because we just got back to the van and we realised that we forgot to turn the gas heating on, so we've got no hot water. Yeah, enjoy your cold shower, babe. Oh dearie me, what has happened? I've burnt the veggies, I'm afraid. I keep saying it, you need a coffee in your life. Gemma doesn't drink coffee and she's trying to put that lid onto the smoothie thing.
I told you.
You need coffee.
I need pollen to stop making me get a fuzzy head.
Yeah, blame on what you want.
Oh
dear. I need a new camera stand. If anyone wants to send us a new camera stand, it would be greatly appreciated. And while we're sitting here getting some work done on a campsite, you've also got the prime viewing of watching other people take their poos for a walk, which is of course always delightful when you're eating your meal. So yeah, I'll probably just go and smash out a little 25 kilometers, do some yoga. Just an average day, really. Caribbean. It's the Caribbean. Oh. Better than any warm shower on a campsite.